Italy have just released their team for their massive game with Ireland this weekend. This is going to be a really good game to see if Italy can have two good wins in a row or two big games in a row. I think if Italy lose this game by 1 or 2 points, it'll still be a good game for them, a good result. They have some injuries, there's some new guys coming in, but it's still a very exciting team. So let's get right into it. At number 1, they've gone for Danilo Fischetti. Number 2, Giacomo Nicotera. Number 3, Simone Ferrari. Three guys that played really well last week. They've been anchoring the scrum down very well. And I think just keeping those combinations together, the guys that have so much cohesion, keeping them together is very important. Italy actually used a lot of emotional energy last week with that win. It was a very emotional win, and sometimes getting up for a new game is going to be tough. So sometimes going with the same selections, it's going to be interesting to see what they can get out of them. I think it's going to be a very tough test, but I think this is the perfect front row for Italy to choose. Number 4, Nicolo Canone, and number 5, Andrea Zambonin. They stay with the same lock pairing, and they were both phenomenal last week. Nicolo Canone's skills have just really increased. He's gotten so much better. And at line-out time, they've both been really solid. I mean, Andrea Zambonin was just all over the park last week, and he made Scotland's life a living hell at line-out time, and I think he's going to try to do the same thing this week. Obviously, I think Ireland have a bit more of a better set piece, but I mean, a guy like Andrea Zambonin on the form he's in can make it tough for anyone. Number 6, Michel Lamoro, captain. Number 7, Manuel Ziliani. And number 8, Lorenzo Canone. So they've kept the exact same starting forward pack, and I think that's really good for this team. They are very lucky that they didn't get any injuries in the starting forward pack. I think this is the perfect choice for them to have right now. Keep the same guys, because they've been playing really well. The scrum's been solid. The balance of the loose forwards have been good. The locks have been just getting the work done. They have massive engines, and I think this forward pack right now, getting them as much game time together as possible, they're becoming a real unit, and they're actually becoming quite a good force to be reckoned with in this tournament. So this is going to be a really exciting forward matchup this weekend, and I think having the likes of a Fischetti, Ferrari, Zambonin, Giuliani, and the Canone brothers is going to be a very, very good battle up against Izuchukwu, Dan Sheehan, Kalen Doris, Jack Conan. It's going to be absolutely awesome. But I'll cover all those matchups in my preview in a separate video coming out. This is just a reaction to the team. At number 9, Alessandro Fusco gets another start. Number 10, Paolo Garbisi. Number 11, Monty Ioani. Number 12, Leonardo Marin. Obviously, Juan Ignacio Brex is not playing this week. I think he's injured. I think he got injured in last week's game, if I'm not mistaken. But they've moved Tommaso Menoncello to number 13, and I think they're going to be just fine. All these guys here have got more game time now. They know how to play together. Yes, it's going to be a big loss, but I still think this Italy team is on the right foot. And I mean, only making one proper change in the team from last week's team that won. Keeping the team together, building that cohesion. Guys know how to play together. I think that's the right selection choice, and I think that not changing too much from last week's win was key for this team going forward. Number 16, Tommaso De Bortolomeo, Mirko Spagnolo, Mohamed Hassa. Number 19, Federico Ruza. Number 20, Riccardo Favretto. Number 21, David Odiasi. Number 22, Alessandro Garbisi. Number 23, Paolo Edogbo. So David Odiasi comes in, Paolo Adedogbo comes in. Two guys that are actually really good players and play really well at club level. So they haven't actually lost too much. In fact, they've actually gained maybe a different style of player or different style of two players and players that can come on and make a big difference. I think the depth in Italy rugby right now is just showing how strong it is. I mean, normally in the past, you'd lose a guy in your starting lineup for Italy, and then the guy on the bench would just be not near that level. But bringing guys in like David Odiasi or Paolo Adogwu, and they are at that level, if not even better sometimes, it's really good for this Italian team. And that's why I think this Italy team is 100% on the up. I think it's a very good team. And keeping the forward pack on the bench near the same, they came on, they made a good impact last week. They're going to have a big impact this week because Ireland have chosen a very strong bench forward pack. I think it's going to be a really good tussle on the forward pack this week. And I think backline-wise, there's not too much in it. But I will be covering that in the preview, so I'll leave it for that. But honestly, a very good selection from Italy this week. I honestly thought with everything I was hearing, all the guys that are back, all the guys that are out, that it would look a lot worse. But I'm really excited to see that they've still stuck with Alessandro Fusco. I think he was really good last week. His box kicks were phenomenal, getting 4.5 second hang time. He was really one of the key factors in that win last week, especially in those conditions. No Stephen Varney, which is interesting. I thought he was available. I thought he would come right in, and then I thought Alessandro Fusco might move to the bench, or Stephen Varney on the bench, but obviously not selected. Maybe hasn't trained the best. Maybe he's not actually at 100%. Maybe they'll save him for another week. Possibly, I think when he is back, he'll definitely be back in because he's been really good for Exeter. But I mean, just looking at this team, you have some big names that are playing really good rugby. And I think a few years ago, you'd look at this team and you'd be like, this is not a good team. It's okay. My team, whatever it is going to have an easy win. But now you look at this team and you're like, oof, This is a proper team. I mean, just some of the names: Fischetti, Ferrari, the Conone brothers, Zambonin has just come out of nowhere and been phenomenal. Michel Lamaro, Giuliani's an absolute beast. You have Garbisi, who's becoming a much better, more mature fly half. Monty Ioane, I think he's an any wingers matchup nightmare. Louis Line is becoming a lot better. Tommaso Menoncello is one of the best centers in the world. So I think they've got some really good players now. Not actually that many old guys, and I think they're actually peaking at the right time, a year out from a World Cup. And honestly, they are going to actually have a chance to go quite far in the World Cup next year compared to what they've done. So I'm really excited about this Italy team, and I think this is the best possible selection they could have chosen for Ireland. If you do agree, if you don't agree, let me know in the comments down below, guys. And if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to subscribe to help the channel grow. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.